These are excerpts, and you'll see some slides in here that were presented last week in the public presentation. We'll show those to you today, but we'd like to share more of the philosophy behind these diagrams and tell you the operating culture that we'll take to operate a port of this size. The numbers of passengers that we're talking about now are, we'll have design days of 8,000. That is 2 4,000 passenger ships at one time. Our expertise really is managing people in operations. My background was at the Walt Disney Company. I was art director at Disneyland in California, and we managed 100,000 people a day. So that's our background. We do know how to move people through and keep the guest experience paramount. What you're going to see today is our proposed operating plan for transportation and excursion dispatch. Because of the numbers of people that we have, and unique to this site only being 4 acres, it'll be important that we manage the people very quickly and very expediently, so that we don't have a problem with traffic and backing up, because they got to get off the ship, and they have a narrow pier. They have to get off the pier, and they have to get into the village. So let's take it through, and if y'all will, if y'all got a couple of questions, you can certainly ask them during the slides, and then we'll spend some time afterward answering some of those other questions. First off, I wanted to ask, how many of you in here have been on a cruise ship and taken a cruise? Okay, so you've experienced it firsthand of getting off a cruise ship and getting into an excursion program, and that's really key and important to understand the way this philosophy actually works. The study area. The first thing we looked at here is the studying of the entire area of Road Town. The project that we're developing is not just for the port, but it's actually for tourism, for the BVI, and for Tortola in whole. So the planning study that we're doing, conducting in 2 weeks with Town and Country Planning, will actually study everything along the waterfront. And the components of this included a type of local transportation, which we'll talk about a little bit, which is a proposed trolley route. But to keep all the cars out of downtown. Currently, as y'all know, you have an overabundance of cars in the downtown. It's no longer a pedestrian-friendly passageway. It's one of the most least friendly pedestrian cities in the Caribbean. So the idea is, how do we start to look at the port not only as a generator and anchor of people, but how do we make the city pedestrian friendly? So the transportation plan plays into that a lot. Yeah. The Pier Park site plan, y'all all have these little handouts in front of you. This shows you the program of the building design. It's 4.1 acres. When you have 8,000 people enter a space like this, you have to disperse the people pretty quickly. You'll notice down here at the bottom at A, there's the pier. That's an extended pier now, 300 feet in length, and it's also 45 feet wide versus the 32 feet wide that it is today. So coming in off of the pier, there's a new security zone which is located there. The secondary security